Nasimi Pasha. You're watching a Headlines Today initiative where we bring you stories of hope, courage and human triumph. First up, the story of a doctor from Ahmedabad who's left behind his lucrative practice to dedicate his life to serve those who can't afford basic medical help. Gopi Manyar with this story.
I feel the hospital is a temple. Dardi is a Narayan and doctor is a Pujari. Pujari can't take money from the gods now.
Dr. Nandlal Manseta is 64. It's time for him to enjoy the beauty of retired life. According to him, this is the retired life he dreamt of always, serving society tirelessly. This doctor doesn't care for the money. His fees vary according to the economic might of his patient. And for those who can't afford a paisa, his care is for free.
सबके लिए मतलब बढ़िया है, जो ये पैसा लेते हैं मतलब इधर सब फैसिलिटी मिलती है, सबसे बढ़िया डॉक्टर साहब है, तो उसके हिसाब से जो ये फीस लेते हैं तो मतलब सबके लिए अच्छा है. कोई भी मतलब नॉर्मल आदमी है, मिडिल क्लास है, उससे भी थोड़ा नीचे है, तो मतलब सबके लिए बढ़िया.
गरीबों के लिए काफ़ी फैसिलिटीज़ प्रोवाइड की है डॉक्टर ने. जो इनकम है उसका सिर्फ 1% ले रहे हैं. सपोज़ किसी की 5,000 है तो उसके सिर्फ 50 रुपीज़ चार्ज हो रहा है.
His origins are humble, and after years of successful practice as an ENT surgeon in Ahmedabad, Dr. Manseta was moved by the plight of diamond workers. Once the slowdown of 2003 hit the industry, he turned Good Samaritan. Today his chamber is flooded with people from all walks of life.
When inside they come, sir, I have done the wrong. I say, what you have done the wrong? I have written my income is not correct. Instead of 5,000, you write down 50,000 and take the 500 rupees from me. I feel so nice and happy because the society is so honest now. So if we are honest, all people are honest.
Dr. Manseta is an inspiration to all those who took the Hippocratic Oath. With Gopi Manyar Ghangar in Ahmedabad, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
There's more reason for us to celebrate the men in uniform who guard our borders. The army has started a series of welfare programs in Jammu and Kashmir for disabled persons and women in need of help to help them rebuild their lives. Ashraf Wani with his good news from the Kashmir Valley.
Here is another proof that the Indian Army does not just defend the borders, but actively participates in the well-being of those who live there. Under the program Manzil Aapki Kadam Hamare, this army camp rehabilitates civilians who lost their limbs or had become hearing impaired because of enemy bombing.
मेरी टांग में 2 स्प्लिंटर आए थे सर, और मेरे मकान को भी आया था शेलिंग से, उससे ज़्यादा टीन वगैरह जाया हुआ था. बाद मेरे ब्रिगेड में मेरे को जो भी इलाज किया आर्मी के जरिए हुआ.
ये 47-48 से जब से फौज यहाँ पर आई है तब से तंगधार के लोगों ने 47, 48, 65 और 71 में जो लड़ाई हुई है पाकिस्तान के साथ, उसमें बिल्कुल कंधे से कंधे मिलाकर के फौज का साथ दिया है. तो हमारा भी फर्ज बनता है कि हम ये जो लोग हैं तंगधार के, उनके लिए इन इक्वल मेजर हम उनके लिए काम करें.
The army in this region of Kashmir also helps the locals explore alternate means of income generation, like organizing knitting classes for the women of Tangdhar.
यह आर्मी हमें बहुत हेल्प कर रही है. तो जैसे यहाँ पे सिलाई सेंटर आ रहा है, जिसको हैंडीकैप वगैरह उनको सब कुछ मिला, जो पहले कभी भी नहीं था. तो हमें जो कुछ भी होता है हमें आर्मी मदद करती है.
The army runs a chain of public welfare programs in J&K. It seldom gets openly lauded for its social work. But good work is good news. And the hope always is that one day the guns too will fall silent. With Ashraf Wani in Tangdhar, Siddharth Kochar, Headlines Today.
Their disability poses no challenge to their indomitable spirit. Children of the Ability Unlimited Foundation in Bangalore enthrall audiences with their unique presentation of Ramayana on wheels. They used classical forms like Bharatnatyam, Kathak and yogic poses for their special presentation. Pratibha gets us this story.
Bound to a set of wheels, but the indomitable spirit soars high in tune with the rhythm of Bharatnatyam. The wheelchair becomes a prop and flips and spins, and the man sitting on it moves in harmony with poise and elegance.
बहुत खुशी होती है कि मैं डिसेबल होने के बाद एक संस्था के साथ जुड़ा जो ऐसा काम करती है कि कई संस्था काम करती है कि उनसे कॉपियाँ किताबें बनाती है, पर ये संस्था ऐसा काम करती है लोगों को अपनी प्रतिभा दिखाने का मौका देती है। हम कई लोग होते हैं कि आपने देखा होगा स्कूलों में जाती हैं वो सिर्फ पढ़ाई करते हैं, यहाँ पे पढ़ाई के साथ साथ व्हीलचेयर पर डांस, योगा, पेंटिंग, कंप्यूटर हर चीज़ सिखाई जाती है जिससे लोगों की प्रतिभा बाहर आए। और मुझे खुशी होती है कि मैं ऐसे पब्लिक के सामने परफॉर्मेंस करता हूँ। एक स्टार समझते हैं हम अपने आप को जब जाते हैं।
As they perform the Bhagavad Gita, the wheelchairs become chariots, the artists transform into mythological characters, bringing to life chapters of Mahabharata.
They do have so much of potential, like you saw today's performances. As I told, this performance for the audience, each one of them are present here, want to give them a message that we wanted to transform the thinking, the concept.
The performance belies their physical disability, and an enthralled audience responds with a standing ovation. With Pratibha Raman in Bangalore, Ruchira Sharma, Headlines Today.
Now, scientists are trying to reduce the conflict between humans and elephants. They've developed a warning system that might keep the species apart. If researchers are to be believed, the new warning system will help them reduce injuries and help save lives. Take a look.
Scenes like these are on the rise across parts of India, the result of human settlement expanding into elephant habitat. These random attacks seem to have no logic behind them, and as a result are impossible to predict. But Vienna-based scientists Angela Stoger and Matthias Zeppelzer believe they have a solution. They're devising an electronic alarm technology that will provide enough warning for vulnerable villagers to stay inside as the not-so-gentle giants approach.
Elephants produce a variety of different call types. The most common call type is the low-frequency rumble.
The biologist Stoger recorded captive African elephants in South Africa using an acoustic camera. Zeppelzer wants to combine the technology with his audio enhancement software.
The slide behind me shows a typical elephant rumble. We can see that this rumble consists of horizontally running frequency tracks. We have the fundamental frequency here, and we have several harmonics above that. And what we try to do is to enhance these frequency tracks by doing a structure analysis of this rumble.
Their device, in theory, would estimate the size, gender and age of approaching herds.
This monitoring system should basically tell whether it's a female group with infants approaching or whether it's a bachelor group of young males.
Within 3 years, the pair say a warning device could be ready for use, bringing a measure of security for both species.
Now, if you have an allergy, the best thing to do is to keep away from the allergen. But not anymore. Clinical trials are soon set to start for a host of allergy vaccines developed by scientists in Finland. Researchers believe that this could usher a new era in allergy treatments for millions of sufferers worldwide. And now it's time for some good news for all you space lovers and Star Trek fans. European Space Agency's comet-chasing Rosetta spacecraft has been asleep for almost 3 years. But on Monday morning last week, it came out of its long slumber and sent an all-is-well message back to Earth.
The spaceship was sent into slumber in June 2011 so it could save energy for its long journey to the 2.5-mile frozen rock. Rosetta's internal alarm clock gave the wake-up call at 10 a.m. GMT on Monday, and this was one alarm clock not to hit snooze on. After a grueling 8 hours of suspense, Mission Control at Germany's ESA had given up hope of receiving a signal from the Sleeping Beauty. But when all seemed lost, this happened. A fairy tale ending to a tense chapter. It became clear that Rosetta is wide awake after the probe sent its all-is-well message from space in the form of spiked radio waves.
We can definitely see the signal from Rosetta. It's up there. You can see it on the screen. That's a big success for everybody. Now we got it back. Now it's up to us to drive it to the comet.
The Rosetta probe is one of the most technologically advanced missions ever attempted to land on a comet.
Rosetta will, for the first time in history of spaceflight, reach a comet, stay there, fly around it. Very difficult task because the environment of a comet is extremely dynamic.